All right, welcome to the end of week 4 for EDT 540. This is the next to last week. We've got one more week to go. And today is really, or this class is really the last instructional lesson for the course. Next week is really going to be all about wrapping things up and starting to put together final projects for submission and doing some wrap-up activities. So let's jump right into it, and I'm just going to go over what's going to be covered in this particular class. The main focus for this class is going to be on assessment. Assessment obviously is hugely important to instruction, both formative and summative assessment. And it also represents one of the biggest challenges when it comes to online instruction. To put it bluntly, the opportunities for cheating, whether it's malicious or not, expand exponentially when you are not in a situation where students are with teachers and under their direct supervision. So we need to pay special attention to how we are structuring our assessment activities when we are delivering them online so that we can make sure that those results that we get are valid. So that's going to be the big focus for this particular class. So in terms of the overview, technology integration plans, phase 4 should be underway and is due next class, 5A. And in class 5A, I will be giving you the final phase for those projects where you'll be assembling your final document to be submitted. So we are one step away from wrapping those projects up. As I said, we're going to focus on online assessment this class. And in terms of your Moodle lessons, they should be coming along. Next class, week 5A, you're going to be asked to beta test your Moodle with another student in the class. So they will be looking at your Moodle as if they were a student and trying to provide you with some feedback. Moodles do not need to be 100% complete at that time, but they should be far enough along that somebody can get the basic gist of what your Moodle is. All right, so in terms of activities for this week, most of it's focused on assessment, as I said. You're going to start by reading an article that actually comes from Moodle itself. Some of it is about using the Moodle quiz activity, but there's also some good information in here about some strategies you can use for trying to reduce the ability of students to either look up information or so on. So take a look at that article. Then the activities you're going to engage in, this is going to be another small group activity. So I've broken the group up, the class up into 3 small groups. And for each group, the production form is a little different this week in that I have already created the 3 discussion topics. In each case, I'm providing an assessment topic, something that in a classroom might be needing to be assessed. And within your groups, your job is going to be to look at those prompts and to have a discussion about how you would develop an online assessment tool that would get the information that the teacher needs in that situation, but do it in a way that even if it's delivered online, would hopefully still deliver valid results. I do want to just point out that assessment does not necessarily mean a test or a quiz. That's certainly one type of assessment, but there are lots of other options. And particularly when it comes to online, you sometimes need to take a look at some of those other outside the box options in order to make sure that your assessments can be valid. So you'll read the prompts, you'll have a discussion in your small groups. I have provided some chat rooms if you wish to use them. I've also provided a forum where you can make contact with your group members and have a discussion about how you want to meet and when you want to meet. So feel free to use that forum to have those discussions. And then, like I said, I did provide 3 Moodle chat rooms if you wish to use them. If you want to use some other mode of communication to have your conversation, absolutely feel free to do so. So you'll look at the prompts, you'll have your discussions, and then once you've had your discussions in the production forum, you will be providing a post from your group about each of the 3 prompts. You only need 1 post per group per prompt. So you can certainly sort of divide up the work among the people in your group in terms of who's going to do what in terms of the write-ups. And as much as possible, try to avoid reading the other group's posts until you have posted yours, just so that we're hopefully getting fresh ideas that are not being influenced by others. Once you've made your post, absolutely feel free to take a look at the other groups who have posted. And if you want to, you can reply and respond to their posts. That is not required for this particular forum activity. All right, so once you've gotten through all of that, I do provide a link to the Moodle page about their quiz activity. Their quiz activity does take some time to set up, so I'm not saying that that is going to be what you will have to use for your Moodle lesson, but it's available. And again, in the interest of just kind of showing you the various tools that are available through Moodle. So once you have a good handle on information about assessment and some strategies to use, then obviously you can start thinking about what assessment tool or activity you're going to be using in your own Moodle lessons. Again, you do not have to use Moodle's quiz tool. And also remember that assessment doesn't always mean a test or a quiz, unless that happens to be the best route to get what you want. So that is the roundup of the assessment activities for this week. I've provided a check-in page for Moodle projects just to kind of give a review of where we are, what should be in there, things to keep in mind, and then a little bit about the beta testing process. As I said, part of our next class is that somebody else in the class will get a chance to look in on your Moodles and give you some feedback. I am also planning on providing feedback over the weekend for your Moodles as well, so that you've got some good feedback information going into your final phases of those Moodle projects. So check in on that. Phase 4 of the TIP is due next time as well. And like I said, you will get your final instructions for the TIP projects at that point. So that is basically the overview for the week. Because we are getting near the end of things, I did also provide a coursework to date check-in page. And this is simply a listing of all the things that we have completed so far in the course, just as a way for you to check in really quick and make sure that you've got everything completed to date. There will be one more discussion forum next week. All of our production forums are now done once you've completed the online assessment one from this class. You've got one more phase of the TIP projects. And at this point, like I said, you should pretty much have everything in hand that you need to start finalizing your Moodle projects, and they should be ready for beta testing by next week. So that is our quick overview for the class. We've got one more week to go. Good luck. As always, be in touch if you have questions or concerns. We are going to be meeting in person on our final class meeting, which will be Friday. I believe it's Friday the 2nd, I think. And I will post more information about a time and so on for that. Hopefully we can find a time where everybody is available on that Friday evening to touch base and to share out just some quick information about the projects we've done and wrap up the course as well. All right, that is all I have for you now. Good luck, and one more week to go. We're almost there.